Hey everyone, this is OffTopicGames here. I like to do a deck profile on the Great Nature deck that I use. Sorry for the awkward angle, but this is the best we can do. So I'm gonna just introduce the cards, some substitutes you can make, and then I'll explain some plays. So first we have the Tester Fox. This is a promo. The grade 2 comes with it. And then the other grade 3 I like to play is this rare from, I think, GBTO2. Yeah. They both give a +4. They both give +4 to rear guards upon attack, and that's pretty important in this deck. I'll explain plays a little later. So, a little standard. As for grade 3s, other good cards is the Big Belly, or what was the break ride called?
Chatnar.
Yeah, Chatnar. So those two are both very good. If I had money, I might actually just take out 4 copies of the Tiger and just run 4 Chatnars, but it's not a very serious deck for me, so I just do whatever. Grade 2s, I have 4 copies of the Crayon Tiger. So this is the key card in the deck. At GB1, when it attacks, you counterblast 1, you stand the rear guard, give it +4, and the drawing effect upon death. So yeah, I don't know why this card stands the rear guard, but yeah, it's very good. Yeah, very broken. So that's that. I run 4 copies of the, what is this called? Researcher Fox. So this is the mate for this guy right here that I just introduced. When he dies, if your Vanguard's in Legion, you can counterblast 1 to grab either of the Legion pairs. So you can either, if it's like this, you can grab one of these 2, or if it's the other guy, you can grab him or its mate. So pretty flexible card. Then I run 3 copies of Guru Wolf. This is the mate for the Tiger I just showed you earlier, and I personally don't like him too much. Some people really like him. If he hits a Vanguard and if his power is 20,000 or higher, you can draw a card, but yeah, I don't really like him too much. And then for our last slot, I run 12 grade 2s. I run once this thing, and he's kind of like a tech card. I don't really draw into him very much, but it's nice to have when your Vanguard is the Tiger, which I'll explain later. As for the grade 1s, oh yeah, as for substitutes for grade 2s, yeah, I'm not really sure. What else is there in grade 2s?
More taper? Yeah,
more taper maybe. If you do decide to go the Chatnar way, you can take out like all Guru Wolves and make it taper. It doesn't really matter, I don't really know. Grade 1s, we have the 4 Perfect Guard. I don't think you'll be troubled with Counterblast that much in this deck, so you can run other Perfect Guards as well. I think there's a Cable Sheep. I think that's it actually. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find. So yeah, I don't think you need to unflip in this deck that much, because one of the Vanguards do that for you. So yeah, any Perfect Guards would do. Then I run 4 Stride Fodders. For Crayon Tiger, it's nice to have a 7k booster, so I run 4 of it, and yeah, there's no really other reason for it. Then I run 4 Coiling Duckbills. Usually you want to place this behind Crayon Tiger. If you have 2, then you can have 2 rearguard lanes with Coiling Duckbill behind it, but if you only have 1, then usually put it behind the Crayon Tiger, put the effect on the other side, and yeah, when it gives a rearguard effect, draw a card upon death. So very good card. Might be hard to find nowadays, I'm not sure. And then finally I have 1 Taping Cat. This is the Rising Phoenix clone, Soul Blast 2. When you call it, draw a card. The triggers are pretty standard. I have 3 Castanet Donkeys and 1 Sea Otter. The only reason why I run this is because I don't have 4 of the donkeys. Then I run 4 copies of the Chameleon. This card is very good. I think it's a must-have crit for this deck, so yeah, try and get it. Then the other 4 crits doesn't really matter. I run the Hedgehog, but again, it doesn't really matter what it is. And then finally, 4 heals. Again, this doesn't really matter too much what heals you use. And then finally, the starter is gonna be the Pencil Koala. I think this is one of the best Great Nature starters to have. Puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, so I recommend it. And it's 5k. So certain plays in this deck. Oh yeah, Strike, sorry. So I have 4 Mana Garmers, the finisher of the deck. I don't know if I have to explain what this does. It's a guard restriction finisher, so it's very, very good. I run 1 copy of, I don't even know what this is called, Wisdom Teller Dragon. So I might run 2. I just don't have another copy, so that's that. But I think it's kind of situational, so for now 1's good. And then finally I have 3 copies of the this Phoenix. The reason why I like to run 3 of this and not more of this guy is because you need the Phoenix, I think, for... Actually, I don't know. I like the automatic +4 when you need it for the extra pressure. You can make a 11k, 7k line, which is 18, and +4 to make it a 15k guard line. So things like that, small things like that. Other than the 4 Mana Garmer, I think you can do whatever you want with the other 4 strides. I think it's a pretty flexible deck. I would like to have at least 1 of each of these 2, but other than that, yeah, do whatever you want. So that's a stride. So certain plays you can make this deck with this deck. I'm not an expert on Great Nature, but so first Vanguard, this guy. So he gets +4 upon attack, which is very good. And when it's Legion, whenever you retire a guy, you unflip a Counter Blast, no matter what you retire. And if what you retire is either him or the mate, then you can put 2 cards at the bottom of the deck, up to 2, sorry, draw a card, and yeah, that's it. So it's pretty good. You can put triggers back, you can put the mate back. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. This guy's a little harder to use, I think, the Tiger. So he has a Persona skill. Persona as in him or the mate. You can discard it, choose 2 rear guards, and they get the effect when they die, they come back to an open R, draw a card, and you unflip. So it seems explosive, but you know, you are discarding, you do have to discard a mate, so just be wary of that. Also, another problem with this deck is, if you kind of think about it, sorry, I'm just gonna make a ghetto lane. So let's say that you have something like this. It doesn't really matter what you have, but the problem with this deck is, for the most part, you can only choose to retire 1 guy. So for example, when I attack, I +4 here, he dies at the end of the turn. So unless this lane hits, I can't really make full use of this skill. So if you're gonna use his skill, I recommend that you only do it when you have either the Tapir or the Crayon Tiger. So example, so let's say you have something like this and another booster. What you can do is, if you know they're gonna guard the Vanguard, you can say attack +4 here. So I'm gonna flip it upside down just to note it. So I put +4 here. Let's say they guard it or whatever, and then you twin drive. And then you're probably gonna attack with this or the lane, it doesn't really matter. And then when you attack with the Crayon Tiger and use a skill, you apply the +4 here. So now both of these will die at the end of the turn, and you'll get the full effect of the Tiger at the end of the turn. So yeah, it's a little situational. Like I said, personally I don't like this card that much, but it's a cheap build, so you know, it's hard to complain. If I have a choice, I will always go into this guy, just because there's more stability in the deck when you go into him. Another great thing about this Vanguard is that let's say you are in Legion and you have all these cool guys here. Doesn't really matter what it is. Let's make this a maid actually, like that. And let's say you Legion last turn, so you enter your turn already in Legion. So you probably want to stride. So you're gonna stride into something, probably this guy. And then you do all your cool stuff. You stack your draws. You're ready to go. At the end phase, the stride goes back to the whatever it's called, extra deck G zone, whatever it's called. And then because this effect is at the end phase, you can still activate it even if you did stride that turn. So that's another reason why I like this guy over the Tiger. The Tiger's effect is, if you decide to use him, you can't stride that turn. That's a given already. So yeah, that's why I like this guy a lot more. And then really there's no other cool plays, but one more thing. So this deck is very weak if you can't stride. So if your opponent decides to like skip their ride phase or something so they can stride first, it kind of hurts the deck. So one of the smaller plays that you can do on turn 3, the turn you ride to grade 3 and they're grade 2, is let's say you have like this guy in your hand, and let's say you have these two cards in your hand, the Chameleon and the Wolf. It doesn't have to be the Wolf, it can be another grade 2. You can do something like this, attack, +4 here, twin drive, and then you already have a 16 lane here. So, you can put some pressure. You can, I don't want to say punish, but you can sort of punish them if they decide to skip their ride phase. At the end of the turn, this will die. You'll get another copy back. So it kind of feels Legion 2. Okay, and yeah, I think that's all the plays you can make with this deck. Sorry if I missed anything. Please comment if you have any other suggestions to make this build better, or if there's certain things I've said wrong, or certain things that you want clarification for. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.